Hello, Scorpio. This is a Moonology moon phase reading for the full moon in November 2021. It's on the 19th, and this is a general reading. So, if you don't know what that means, generally speaking, take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind. 2 more shuffles after that one. Okay. If you hear me talking to myself, I'm actually talking to the goddess Athena. Those are the ones she says. Okay. Apparently these are some of your cards. You're about to slap me in the face there. 1 more shuffle, then pull. Okay. Okie dokie. This one right here. Okay then. Full waxing moon. First quarter moon. Interesting. See, Capricorn just got the same card right here. Interesting. So this could be... Is this a reading relevant to someone who's with a Capricorn? No doubt. Okay, so if you're with a Capricorn, this may resonate with you a little more than the average. That's fun. How many shuffles? 3. Go right in. Okay. Whoa! These are some very energetic cards this evening. 1 more, then go right in. Okay. Go right in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got 2 3s. And the Princess of Swords. Okay. Getting the words divine intervention. Interesting. 1 more. Okay, so 1 more shuffle after that. Take from the bottom, she says. Interesting. And then 2 from the top. That's what I'll be doing then. Moon. Okay. 2 more than right in. Okay. Thank you, Athena. Right in. Okay. Interesting reading here. Completion after defeat. That'll be an interesting end to this reading. So, you got your commitment being tested. Since I only have to go a very small distance here to get to first quarter, let's give it a quick look here. Okay. All up in my face, and this is an intense phrase for a Scorpio reading. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. And then I'm told to get right into the meaning of this first card. Princess of Swords. Prince in the reverse. Kind, frivolous. Okay, so I'm being told to tell you to not be manipulative. Don't be manipulative. Do not be manipulative about something you need to realize how much you want. Yeah. So you really want something, and you're going to come to realize it coming up to the full moon eclipse. That's not the one. Okay, so what is it then? Oh, you want something to change. And there is divine intervention involved. Okay, then. That's fun. 3 of Wands. I'm told has something to do with this intervention. Something that's already been established is about to change via divine intervention. Okay. And you're being told to... Okay. So that's all involved. Everything I said before this is involved with itself. Yeah, so there's a divine intervention, testing something that's been already stated, and then, yeah, I almost want to go back and do this, no doubt. Okay, go back and revisit. So these go back and forth to each other, these two energies. You're going to be going back and forth in yourself. That's the one. No doubt. Yeah, so what's going to happen is you're going to be going back and forth between this established energy and some sort of divine intervention, breaking that situation into a new circumstance. And it tries to tell you here to not be cunning or manipulative about something that you're wanting. So something in this divine intervention is going to bring about something that you're wanting. Is that the one? That's the thing. That's the one. Okay. And this culminates with works, right? In the reverse. See, it also means unrealistic and greedy, but don't be narrow-minded. Yeah, don't be narrow-minded. So think. So there's many directions that this new change could be leading. That's the thing. So just don't be narrow-minded. It doesn't mean to only cure. Okay, so you're going to be going through a test as to whether or not you're selfish, whether or not you're going to be expressive, whether or not you're going to stick yourself in this old energy, because that would be a selfish thing. That's what she's saying. Yeah. And the real outcome that you could potentially work with here instead for this full moon eclipse is an instance wherein you can be open-minded with this person. Is this with one person? No doubt it's with only one person. So this is someone important with which you have a commitment and foundations that are going to be shaken. And you're going to need to find a new way to do this, but still not be selfish is the thing. Or as it says, unrealistic. Don't be unrealistic. Be open-minded to the potential happenings in this circumstantial change. But it's divine intervention. That much is for sure, she says. Okay. Interesting. So in the time leading up to that, we're going to see a lot going on. And then I have no idea where to look for the waxing moon. Waxing. So is this saying that it's something that's been coming since the waxing moon? That's the one. Okay, so you've seen this coming. That's the thing, she says. You've seen this coming, and you're trying to sit on your laurels when you can't. But your dream can come true, it says. More effort is required. Are you willing to give it? Ensure you're still committed to this person. That's the thing. So you're going to need to sit down. And it says prudence. So Scorpio, you are a fixed sign. Don't just sit in your funk, though. It sounds like something's just happening, whether you like it or not. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, it tells you to be cunning instead of about selfishness, to be cunning with how to make it work out with this person. That you could be building something much better here, and that's what this divine intervention is about. And it's gonna this intervention is the thing gaining the momentum right here. So you're about to go through the thick of it, depending on how cooperative you intend to be. Because it's just not going to be the way it was before. It may be that a sense of virtue that you believe in is about to be shattered, so to speak. And then we move into the Knight of Wands, which, that's pretty fast energy. So it could be changing really quick. But if that happens, it's based on the fact that you try to rest on laurels that just were not going to happen. You're just not going to stay the same. A man of activity, generosity, pride. So this person's going to, once this intervention comes to happen, very swiftly say something. And it's going to seem generous, but that the reality of the matter is the moon in the reverse. They're not being generous, they're being expressive. No, they're being maddened. So they're going to lose their calm. So you're being advised to understand a new form of virtue, to think of things from a different perspective here, theirs, but without doing so, they're going to lose their, I don't want to say sanity, but they're going to lose their strength of mind within this old way of thinking and say some things that you may not be ready for. But I feel that there's this energy that it's prudence, as it says. If you had been more prudent to address this matter sooner verbally, then they wouldn't have lost their thinking within this situation. Is this something that they could therefore be warned to talk about now? That's the thing. So you could start going through some of this now if you're ready for that, if you're ready for the expectation for change, and start leaving inklings. But see, I'm seeing in my mind that even if you leave inklings in a conversation with this person later, they're just going to say, well, you knew the whole time. But the thing is you just don't know what's coming here, do they? Not quite. Thing. No one could know what's coming. So something's going to come to shake this all up. But is it going to come to fruition? No. It's a worrisome, troublesome thing, she says. So they may lose their mind out of worry here. But they're going to talk about it very abruptly with you here and say it's as if you weren't prudent upon this situation that's gaining momentum. That's the thing. Is this the case for everyone, that they're being placed under some sort of blame? No doubt that's the way it will happen. Interesting. So your dreams need a practical plan. We move into the full moon in Taurus. Well, clearly you're going to get off the microphone. Clearly you're going to need a practical plan in a circumstance such as this, because big change. I feel like it was saying in some of these other cards that it could lead to a circumstance where you need to reformulate former plans, which is probably where these laurels are that you were rested on. You think you have everything sorted out, but you know that somehow it's prudent to double check, and that even if you do, you're going to be in the blame frame here, is what I'm hearing. You're going to be in the frame of blame from this person. Something about being overly expressive. This could also mean, therefore, that they're going to snap at you for not letting them express themselves because you're being too expressive. That's the one she's saying. Okay, so the real warning here leading up to the full moon could be to consider, I don't want to say being more silent or quiet, but being more introspective about your expectations. Are you being selfish, as it spoke of here? Because that's the test here. Can you be, I don't want to say giving, but more balanced and enticing? Let them come to you, sort of thing. Is that going to stop them from blaming them? Not at all. No. But you don't want them to be able to blame you when you're the one stepping forward. That's the thing. So don't look to try and solve this problem. Let the problem come to be very slowly here, which is what's prudent, and they will blame you either way. So save your energy. But don't rest on these laurels. Expect something to happen. Okay, so the first thing that stands out for me when I'm reading about this card is to write down 10 things that you know are wonderful about you, which might have a little bit to do with the fact that someone's going to blame you. It says, laziness could explain your current situation. If so, change that and own it. Just kind of what I was just describing, the onus as to whether or not you're resting on your laurels may be the problem here. Read the last one. You also could be appearing lazy because it says more exercise is called for, but that's just for some. Okay, so you could look or appear as if you're sitting around waiting for something to happen. Get up and do something about it. That's the thing she says. Alright. So let's read a little bit about what it would be to get up and do something about this situation. Princess of Cups. Is that reversed? It is. Yeah, don't sit idle. It's going to appear selfish. That's the situation. You would be prudent to consider how you appear to this person within the sense of whether or not you're sitting there resting on your laurels, because it's going to seem selfish. Which the reality of the matter is there's not something you can do to change the situation. There's something you can do to prepare to make the situation better for both parties involved here in a balanced form. So don't necessarily look to sacrifice of the self, because I've had in my mind not to sacrifice necessarily more than you can give, but do give something. That way you don't specifically look like you're trying to be the bad person here, because it sounds like you're getting stuck between a rock and a hard place with someone who's very important and very giving. And that's not going to be the thing that ends here. It's not what's going to happen. Yeah, they're not going to stop giving to you. They're just going to lose. They're just going to go into a form of madness here where they lose themselves for a time. And they may need you. And you may need to be prepared for that. That's the thing. That's the one. Someone somewhere has bit off more than they can chew. That's the thing, she says. So we have the Five of Swords, or defeat, in this particular deck. Yeah. There's some sort of failure, slander, malice, spiteful words being spoken here. Because you've lacked a practical plan. But it tells you again to write down 10 things 10 things you know are wonderful about you. And I feel like if you write down those 10 things, that's where your practical plan can come from, she says. Yes. So if you write down a practical plan. Now again, if you're with a Capricorn and you write down a practical plan and you can show it to them, but you don't let them see it beforehand, and you can, in theorem, be along the lines of, well, I did care enough to sit down with this situation and be prudent about it and think about you. And apparently that's some sort of change. Don't mean to be rude, but it sounds from this reading like you've been relying on them in ways they're not so comfortable with, and then they're going to express that, and they're going to be rather rude, which can be a difficult thing for Scorpio to be dealing with or hearing. Completion. So, is this a situation that's coming to a completion, or... Oh, the argument will come to an end. Okay, then. Very nice. Let's double check this, though, as we culminate this reading. Complete imperfection, settlement. Settlement, rest. Knowledge brings conclusions. So, yeah, they're going to argue, they're going to spit and fire and piss and whine, but at the end of the day, if you can have a more formulated plan, be practical, prudent, and balanced and honest, and not give more than you can, but also understand there's perspectives in this situation, then with a small list of things that are wonderful about you within this situation that you have done to be respectful of them, that will bring an end to whatever argument's going to come. But this doesn't sound like an argument that's just, oh, yeah, we had an argument and it's over. No, day after day after day after day after day, this is going to happen. This is a thing they're not going to let go. Then they're going to blow up, and then it's still going to continue to happen unless maybe you make small preparations, file a little small list of something away in a glove box or something somewhere. I don't know why glove box is coming to mind, but I was thinking of somewhere where this person might not be looking, but apparently, it's a bread box or a glove box or a small box somewhere you have. You could put this list of 10 things, but they will not be seeing it until they choose to, throw hands of the tongue, so to speak, And then you'll just have to go so to say that I can show them something that proves that you did care for them. Because for whatever reason, it sounds like they think there's more weight on their shoulders than there should be, potentially. That's the thing, yeah. But maybe there's just as much on yours in the end, if not more, she says. It's a difficult situation, Scorpio, and I hope you can find your way through this. But I really feel a strong resonance to write down these wonderful things about yourself, either to propagate, self-appreciation or their appreciation of you within the situation, because you're bringing something to the table. There's no doubt about that. And just please do your best to keep it, as I always say, happy, healthy, and real. And with great love, Scorpio, namaste.